clock of a distant church strikes 12 as a man walks through the night over a dirt path outlined with old pine trees. The pale light of the full moon shining through the sparse twigs throws ghastly shapes of shadow onto the road. The man, dressed in a tattered, greenish-black mantle, black dirt-stained boots and torn jeans, stops right in the middle of a crossroads, appearing to have reached his destination. He falls on his knees, as if overwhelmed by exhaustion, as his grizzled, wild-haired head slumps down facing the ground. No sign of any emotion or life left in his eyes. With a sigh, the man starts digging through the dirt, his fingernails splitting on pebbles embedded in the ground, the sheer ferocity in his action not matching the emotionless expression on his face. When he finally stops digging in the blood-stained dirt, he reaches for the inner pockets of his coat, retrieving a small, finely crafted wooden box containing a picture of himself and several unspeakable occult items. As he lowers the box down over the freshly dug hole, his reluctance to place it down is apparent. His hands start to shake and pearls of sweat are forming on his forehead. Finally, finding the courage to let go, he places the wooden box down, hastily covers it with dirt, and stands back up. An eerie silence falls on the crossroads, and the moon is covered up by thick clouds, leaving the man in darkness and sending a cold shiver down his spine. For now, he is just standing there, motionless for several minutes, in the cold, dark silence, when suddenly he senses an uncanny discomfort, as the air around him feels as though it's warming up rapidly. It's been eerily quiet for a while, but now it almost feels like time has frozen completely. His soul itches with the feeling of being watched, although he cannot quite discern from where or what, until he can hear faint breathing from right behind him. He turns around quickly and stands face to face with another person, or rather, another being. Uncomfortably close to his own face, he stares into big, garish red eyes, accompanied by a bright, white, and unnaturally wide grin. The man takes a panicked step backwards, almost stumbling over his own feet to get away from who or whatever that being is. But he already knows exactly who it is, for his intent was to summon the ruler of hell himself. Lucifer is standing right in front of him, dressed in a black suit and red tie. Not a speck of dirt anywhere to be seen, even though it appeared as if he stepped right out of the ground just now. The king of hell slyly takes off his wide-brimmed black hat and asks the man what his wish shall be in exchange for his soul. The man, however, just shakes his head and tells him that he has no need for a wish, and that he can have his soul as long as he takes it far away from him. Lucifer cackles, a sound so deeply disturbing that it resonates within the man's body so heavily it makes his bones shake and his stomach turn. As the eerie laughter stops, Lucifer makes an offer, as he would never make a bad deal for either party. 10 years of peace and prosperity he offers him, not a thing to worry about for an entire decade. As he holds out his hand with a sly grin, the man hastily accepts. It's a deal, but the very moment he grabbed the devil's hand, the man is overcome by tiredness so strong that he could no longer stand upright, his eyelids so heavy that no force in the world could keep them open any longer. It felt like he closed his eyes for just a second, but when he opened them again, dawn was breaking, and he was lying on the crossroads, alone. Was it all just a dream? He didn't feel anything, no pain or pleasure, no cold nor warmth, no fatigue or enthusiasm. Nothing. All he felt was completely empty, a blessing in his mind. 10 years have passed, like in the blink of an eye. During all this time, the man never felt any emotions, no joy for the boon he was granted, but also no regret or pain, which was all he could ever ask for, to soothe his plagued mind. No one could ever imagine the horrors he had seen in his life, the pain he had felt. Now, it's all gone. No more sleepless nights, or waking up in sheer terror from the nightmares his tattered soul bestowed upon him. But this blessing was not meant to last forever, as he can hear the bells again. 12 times he can hear it, but with every strike, the bells somehow become louder until he can almost hear them right inside his skull. It is time. Just before the last bell sounded out, he could make out a faint bark from several dogs right outside his house. Where did they come from? He was living in the middle of nowhere, after all. And in that moment it struck him, a feeling so piercing it nearly knocked him off his feet. Is it fear? No, it is pure terror. The devil wasn't lying. He took his soul for exactly 10 years away from him. But now it's back, and one feeling overthrows all others in this very moment. Regret. The hounds are getting closer. So close he can even hear their paws pounding the ground as they run. Those are no normal dogs. They sound as though they're 5 times the size of a large bulldog. They can't get in here, he thinks. But he thought wrong. One hound is standing right in front of his door as the barking stops. The man watches the door intensely as he takes a cautious step closer, his legs shaking. As he approaches, the paint on the door starts to bubble, and before he realizes what's happening, the entire wooden frame catches fire. The man tumbles backwards and falls over as a massive hellhound slowly walks right through the closed door, the wood around him turning to charcoal almost instantly. Every step of the beast leaves a black paw print on the wooden floor, and even his saliva dripping on the ground leaves charred burn marks. The man is cowering in a corner, overcome with sheer terror. He has seen so much worse. Why is he scared now? Before he can contemplate the answer, the hellhound leaps toward him, biting his leg. In a scream of agony, the man is dragged out of the corner, but not toward the doorway. No, the floor itself is opening up right in front of him to swallow both of them whole. The beast tears away at his flesh, biting down on his neck, and with one motion drags him into the burning hole. The debt is paid as the fire still rages inside the house, leaving nothing but ash, and right in the middle where the door to hell opened up stands a tombstone with a name on it. Laszlo A. Russell. But upon a closer look, some of the letters are covered in soot and brimstone, revealing another name: Lazarus.